May the force be with you, mentees. Probably should have saved that to the end. Regardless, this is the Uncanny Omar, and join me today as I take an advanced look at the Star Wars Age of Republic oversized hardcover from Marvel Comics. So, please stay tuned. Now, before we take a closer look at the book, I do want to give a thanks to David Gabriel and Marvel Comics for sending us an advanced copy of the book. So this is Star Wars Age of Republic. Let's look at the spine really quick. Star Wars logo. You even get Darth Maul down there on the spine. The back, which is filled with this Lionel Francis Yu. These were variant covers from the series. The book retails for $34.99. Now let's look at it without the dust jacket, because it is an oversized hardcover, and oversized hardcovers are as tall as omnibuses, so bigger than your standard size trade paperbacks. And I've done overviews of oversized hardcovers like Black Bolt and the Immortal Hulk, but here, a lot of people like them. I'm so glad they're still around because they're a great reading format. They're not as thick as omnibuses, right? Which I enjoy, but not everybody likes that. But they're oversized artwork. Now, let's take a closer look at the book and talk a little bit about it. So the images that you're seeing here are actual panels from inside of the comic book. You have Darth Maul, you've got Count Dooku, General Grievous, and Obi-Wan Kenobi. Okay, so let's take a look at it. I say 95% of the book is written by Jody Houser. I'm so sorry. The good guy stuff is all drawn by Corey Smith and Wilton Santos, and then the villains are all drawn by Luke Ross. Luke Ross has been around the comic book industry since, oh my goodness, the 90s, I want to say. So we are kicking off the series with Qui-Gon Jinn. So that's what these books are. They're a series of one-shots from the prequel movies. So you have episodes 1, 2, and 3. And then they did an Age of Rebellion and Age of Resistance, which focus on the next set of trilogies. But this one here just has characters from the original, not the original trilogy. That's going to sound blasphemous to a lot of people, but episodes 1, 2, and 3. And they focus on Qui-Gon Jinn. Starts off at the beginning. Now, it's not just Qui-Gon Jinn. It collects other one-shots too, like Anakin Skywalker, Count Dooku, Darth Maul, General Grievous. You've seen them all on the cover. Jango Fett. Who else is in here? Obi-Wan Kenobi. That's right. Padme, and then the special. And I don't want to flip too much through some of these because there's some pretty cool stories. I think my favorite one was the Padme one. This is Count Dooku is interesting, mainly because, well, like I said, Luke Ross does all the villains, so it's really cool to see him draw Star Wars characters. But there's this Jedi here that's a tiger. Never seen that either in the cartoon nor in the comics. But I really didn't dive that much into the comics, especially when I was over at Dark Horse. Then we have Padme. This is probably my favorite story in here because she was such a throwaway character in episodes 2 and 3. Like, she just served as this MacGuffin that wasn't really written that well. But I really liked how badass she is in this one shot. And I can't spoil what happens. So let's move on to General Grievous. Something pretty cool about the General Grievous storyline. Again, beautiful artwork by Luke Ross. He did stuff like with Ed Brubaker, like Captain America. But yeah, he's been around since 90s, like drawing Spider-Man. But one of the cool things about the General Grievous story is there's a flashback to what he looked like before he became this robotic character. Now let's flip a little more through here and get to the specials. Now Mace Windu didn't get a full-blown one-shot, but here he is with his badass purple lightsaber. And there's also the Sisters storyline. This artist right here, Carlos Gomez, he kind of reminds me of that, what I like to call the new age of Marvel art. Kind of like Paco Medina, Stuart Eminem, Pepe Larraz, R.B. Silva, that kind of artwork. And I don't know why I call it, because there seems to be a lot of artists that have this kind of style within the pages of Marvel. Even though, yes, you can probably get a hint of like maybe Joe Madureira, Chris Bachalo, or Humberto Ramos, but it looks more like this modern age of Marvel art. Not that it's bad. And then we even get old Jar Jar appearing in a story with some clone troopers. Now let's get to the back and look at the extras. Let's start here. So at the end of each of the one-shots, you get a little one-page like biography of the character that is focused within the one shot. And they did the same thing here within the pages of the special. You get to learn about Mace Windu, Jar Jar Binks, and then the concept art. Concept art they used for some of the covers, by the way. So let's look at some of these covers. The book itself is 288 pages. I didn't think I mentioned that. Man, that is a cool design of Qui-Gon Jinn. Of course, it looks like the actor. But here's some more. It's gorgeous. Variant covers. Here's the Lionel Francis Yu variant cover that I was talking about. Oh, I like that. The Ian McKeg variant cover. It's Princess Amidala. And some more. I believe that's Luke Ross. Yeah, Luke Ross. Ian McKeg. Of course it's Star Wars, so of course it had a lot of variants. I didn't even think about that. I've always liked this guy's artwork. In-Hyuk Lee. Sorry, butchering that name. Here's the back cover that they used. This is the actual full-blown variant right here from Lionel Francis Yu. And Jesus Aburtov. There's Jango Fett. And there's also movie variants, of course. There's Count Dooku, rest in peace, Christopher Lee. And General Grievous. I like that Mike Deodato Jr., Princess Amidala. There's the movie General Grievous, not played by an actor. Oh, that is a cover by Koi Palm. That's cool. That's from the special. And then we have the pages that are not colored or not inked in the process of the art, which I love when they include in books. Now, let's look at the binding of this particular hardcover. Now, at 288 pages, that is the eye you're wanting to see because it is sewn binding. And yes, before each chapter, you do get the original cover here. And a small little blurb as to who the character was. And then, like I said, the full-blown biography, or bio in one page at the very end of the comic. And that was the contents of the book. And you can purchase the book when it comes out from cheapgraphicnovels.com, your online home for brand new graphic novels and collected editions up to 50% off cover price. Cheap Graphic Novels prides itself on packaging your books so they arrive safely and in excellent condition, as well as prompt and helpful service. Cheap Graphic Novels Black Friday sale is continuing all through December, so there's still time to save up to 95% off thousands of books. Additional books will be added throughout the month, so be sure to check back often and stay tuned to CGN on social media to be the first to know when the new books have been added to the sale. Cheap Graphic Novels, your source for the hottest books with the kind of deep discounts, quality shipping, and customer service that will keep you coming back for more. Please don't forget to hit that like, subscribe button. Let me know in the comments down below if you've picked up the series in trade paperback or in single issue format, or you've been waiting to read it in this format. Again, this was the Uncanny Omar. Thank you for joining me. And remember, if it's classy and cool, it must be near mint.